Hello, this is your video for Thursday's lesson, so please watch this before Thursday. Hopefully you guys remember this picture. We went over it on Tuesday. It was part of your Tuesday video, and we went over it in class. So hopefully you remember corresponding, alternate exterior, interior, same side interior, exterior, and vertical. We're going to practice a few of these now. Okay, so our first one we're going to go over is alternate interior angles. So if you remember, these are the angles that are on alternate sides, so opposite sides, and they're on the inside of our two parallel lines. So if you look over here, they're on opposite sides, so angle 1 and angle 4. They're both on opposite sides. They're on opposite sides, and they're both inside our two parallel lines. And we can see that they are equal. They're equal. So here we have an example, and we're going to set it up. So since we know they are equal, we're going to set it up as one angle equal to the other angle. And we practiced how to solve equations our first week, and we're going to use that. So first thing we need to do is move the x to the other side, one side. I like to move the smaller x. It just makes it easier. And then we're going to add or subtract. And then we're going to divide. And the nice thing about this is if you're trying to figure out if they are equal or later if they're supplementary, add up to 180, look at the angle. If they look like they're both the same size, so that angle and this angle, if they look like they're the same size, they usually are. Okay, they're not trying to trick you. And you'll see this in a few minutes. Okay, let's work on the next one. So here we have alternate exterior angles. So we're talking about opposite sides, angle 1 and angle 4. And we can see that they are congruent, meaning they are equal. So we're going to set it up as one angle equals the other angle. And I like to move the smaller x to the other side because I don't want to have to deal with negative x's, but it doesn't really matter which one you move over as long as you move one. Okay, now we're going to add or subtract. And then divide. And we find out what x is. If they want you to find out what the angle is, you actually have to plug it back into one of the equations and solve. All right, let's try two others. Get that back up. Okay, so here we have course consecutive. A consecutive interior. We actually are calling these same side interior. And it will be the same as same side exterior, okay? A lot of different names for it, but this is what we are choosing to call it. So we look at our transversal, and we see we're talking about the same size. So we're talking about angle 1 and angle 3. Now, if you look at angle 1 and 3, do they look like they're the same size? Or you can look at angle 2 and 4. So these do not look like the same size. I see that angle 1 is definitely bigger than angle 3, and angle 4 is definitely bigger than angle 2. So since they are not the same size, they are supplementary, so meaning they add up to 180. And so when we solve this, we're going to take both equations, add them together to equal 180. And if you remember, we practiced this on Monday. So we're going to combine the x's, and they're both positive, so I'm going to add them together. Then combine your constants. So negative 19 plus 10. And then we're going to add or subtract. Oops, sorry, that's 180. I don't know why I put 189. I'm getting ahead of myself. And then divide. And if they have you find the angle, you're just going to plug it into x and solve it. So that's same side interior. Same thing would be same side exterior if they're on the same side but on the outside. Now the last one we're going to go over is corresponding. Remember, this is the one that is a combination of the two types. So if we talk about our transversal, we're talking about angle 1 and angle 5. So we're talking about same side, but one is exterior and one is interior. And you can see we have a lot of examples. It could have been 3 and 7, 2 and 6, 4 and 8. It doesn't matter. And if you look at those two angles, do they look like they're the same size or different? And they are the same size. So when we write the equation, we're going to put one equation equal to the other. So if they look like they're the same, you equal them together. If they look different, add them up to equal 180. And again, we're going to solve. Move the x's to one side. Add, subtract. And divide. And if they want you to find the angle, plug it in to where x is. All right, hope you guys got that one. We're going to practice. You'll have the assignment in class on Thursday.